Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys Podcast, your shortcut to various opinions on all things pop culture. I'm your host for this week, David Parker, and joining me today is...
Landon Browning,
Wil Dobratz,
Colby Chapman,
and Mick Parker.
Whoa. No way.
This is the episode for the week of May the 23rd, 2021. Do you guys know what's special about today's episode?
It's a Sunday.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is
Sunday.
Never
It's-
do
yeah.
Sunday podcast.
It's our 10th episode of the show, right? Like,
I thought it was only like our 5th.
wait, what? Is it only 5?
Is this our very first episode?
it might be, dude. I don't know.
Welcome to the first
Welcome to
episode
the first
of the
episode of the
Hotkeys
Hotkeys Podcast. No, this is episode...
I believe it's our 100th.
It is our 100th episode.
What? No, it can't
So
be.
we are going to have our 100th episode extravaganza slash retrospective
No
slash
holds bar.
season finale.
What?
Did you say no holds barred?
Yeah, we're going all in.
No bleeps, no filters. It's
no
it's
editing.
raw hotkeys. No, there'll be editing.
Raw,
'cause,
live,
you know,
live.
we got to make sure Colby's speaking sounds normal. So we still got to edit the.
Don't be
edit the
rude.
episode.
Don't be rude on episode 100.
See, now Colby's going to talk really fast in order to compensate.
I probably won't talk at all anymore. I'm gonna go home.
To start us off, though, I did make slash borrowed a 100
Stole?
theme quiz. Well, I took some of
are
the
you,
questions
Michael?
and then I made
Yeah,
some of my
That's
own.
my job.
So we'll start off with. Mick, do you want to say it?
It's time for Trivia Extraordinaire. Yeah.
Yay.
Get hyped.
That was the
hyped.
most excited I've ever heard Will.
Yay.
Okay, some of these will be multiple choice, but some of these aren't. We're gonna start off with really easy questions. So,
4.
3.
2.
1.
what is the Roman numeral representing the number 100?
Mick.
V.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna shout the answer.
Well, Will is completely incorrect.
Didn't even wait to be called on.
Isn't it?
I got it.
I think I have it.
I got it.
Yeah, what is
I
it?
think. Is it? Oh crap! Is it C?
I'm going.
Is it C?
Okay,
going.
Landon,
It's M, right? Or is it not? Probably.
It's M.
Is it C?
Colby,
It's M.
I'm gonna roll with M. It's an original idea.
Michael is right. It's C.
I think M is actually a
M.
thousand.
M is
thousand.
no. M is 50, isn't it?
No, L is 50.
Or L is 50.
Is that
L
M
is
is
50.
a,
M is 1,000.
yeah.
I knew that. I knew that. but-
Lame. Let's go. So why is C 100?
Well, here, I'll
and
tell you. For
1000?
next question, what is a period of time lasting 100 years?
Me.
Oh,
Me.
Century.
Shout it
A
out.
century.
It's a century. Kind of like millennium, 1,000. You know. Will.
Oh, no way. I never made a
and
connection.
50
Feels so
L.
Okay, here's another
50.
another
50.
another slow ball. This is a substance.
Oh man,
which
I thought that was hard.
boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius.
Wait,
What was the question?
Repeat the
unit
question.
of measurement?
Substance which boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius.
That would be H2O, water.
Mercury.
Yeah,
say
water.
water.
There you go. Okay, and then last easy one. This person is displayed on the American $100 bill.
Benjamin
Benji
Franklin.
Boy
That's
Frank.
That would
Benji.
be
Yeah, those
Andrew
Benjis.
Jackson.
Benjamin.
Okay, so-
Benjamin Franklin.
Let's test your biblical knowledge here.
Oh, great.
Who's the last remaining apostle of Jesus who died in 100 A.D.?
John.
John with
It is
his trippy,
John.
trippy revelation.
Sir
okay,
John
next
Luke
one.
Picard.
This biblical man sired Isaac at the age of 100.
That would be Abraham.
That would be Abraham.
Abram.
Okay, so we're gonna get into
Try to kill him too.
some
Fun.
more history questions.
So are we just all on the same team here?
Yeah,
Like, what's
yeah, you
going
know.
on?
It's us against Dave.
Because I felt really good
so-
about getting that C question.
So we just mock the people.
And I want
We-
that
we
point
publicly
all to
mock-
myself.
We publicly mock the people that don't get it right.
Yeah, just like any other
Publicly
trivia
in
quiz we do.
a private room.
No, this
In
is
a
going
bar.
out to the people. This is going out to the people.
To the people.
VP.
Streaming live.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. This is our live
We've got 8
episode.
million.
That's
people.
what took Dave so long.
We're live on Twitch.
This organization,
No,
which reached
please
the
no.
mark of 100 members when Sierra Leone joined in 1961.
Pardon?
What?
An
Can you say that
organization
question
that
again?
reached the
C.
mark of 100 members when Sierra Leone joined in 1961.
Illuminati.
I was going to say
United
Illuminati.
It's the United Nations. It's the UN. It is not the Illuminati. Sierra Leone joined way before 1961. Will.
What?
What athlete holds the world record for the 100-meter sprint, like fastest?
Usain Bolt.
That would be Sir Usain Bolt.
It is Usain Bolt. Do you know how fast he did it?
He did it in
4 minutes.
7.
4 minutes?
What is wrong with you? Wasn't it like it was like either a really high 7-second or low 8-second?
No, I think it was 6.48 seconds.
Okay. You guys are making him look bad now. It's 9.58 seconds. But could you imagine, in less than 10 seconds, this guy ran 100 meters. That was set in 2009.
I mean, how
That's the
far is that
world
really?
record.
I bet I can go in 6.
Wait. I thought that was set in
Okay, well.
2000. I thought that was set at the London Games.
No, the
wrong?
Olympic record is 9.63 seconds, which he also holds.
Oh.
But the world record was at some other event that he did also that he did in 2009, and then his Olympic record is 2012.
Okay.
What is this? Will can't answer this one. This famous bear living in 100-acre woods.
Philosophy. What?
Famous bear
Winnie.
living in 100-acre woods.
Pooh Bear.
Yeah, Winnie
Say
the Pooh
Winnie.
bear.
Winnie the Pooh?
Why
Am I
couldn't
allowed to
Will
answer?
that?
Yeah, why couldn't Will answer that?
Why couldn't Will answer
Kingdom
that?
Hearts.
Do you have a
stuff.
secret-
Will, you know,
played, like-
if you're a Kingdom Hearts boy, like you get this question like too fast because
Oh, isn't there
Winnie
like
the Pooh is
100-acre
integral-
woods world or
Yeah.
something?
integral to the Kingdom Hearts lore.
Stop. I'm
Next
pretty sure you could
question.
skip this
Okay,
world in every
this
single
number,
game.
this number is represented by a 1 with 100 zeros behind it.
Infinity.
Is it Googleplex?
Googleplex.
It's Googleplex or Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are dumb over there.
Stupid idiots, dumbs.
You're being publicly shamed in a private apartment bedroom.
You know,
Yeah, how
little
would you
known
just
fact:
jump out the
the
window right
number
over
is
there?
actually named after the company, not the other way around.
That sounds like a Google lie.
Yeah. Did you Google it?
Next question.
Fake news. Okay, Landon cannot answer this one for a bunch of reasons. But this is a board game played with exactly 100 letter tiles.
Chess. The answer is chess.
Will
refuse
might
to
not.
answer this
Will
one.
might
I
not want to answer
refuse
it,
to answer
but I
this.
think
I
he
refuse
knows.
to answer this one. I know this one, but I refuse
Colby?
to
The
answer
answer is chess.
Scrabble.
It's Scrabble.
What a great game. What a
it.
great
I hate
game.
The answer is
terrible,
chess.
terrible game. Terrible game.
I saw that question.
David and I played it with
almost-
Landon. Absolute crap.
Oh yeah.
Just because you got trounced.
Just because Landon was like, I can make this word that nobody else understands. And then he'd laugh and brag about it. It's like, no.
No. Hey, that doesn't sound like him. He's pretty humble.
Okay. You guys might not get this one, but this is the number 100 written in binary. Anyone know this?
I thought binary was just literally 1-0 or 1. It's like you can't write something in binary.
Yeah, you can.
That's the whole point of it. Is you can
That's the
write.
whole point.
Yeah.
Anything.
Wait, really? Oh,
There's like entire codes made of binary.
now I deserve to be publicly shamed.
Honestly,
Codes of binary.
Here,
but it's
Will. You can figure it out because 0 is 0, 1 is 1. So 0. So 1-0 is 2, right? And 1-1 is 3. No, 0-1 and 1 is 2 and 0. Okay, anyway, and then
What
you
a
just keep
bad
adding.
question.
You keep adding digits.
we
over
don't
and over and
know.
over again.
We
it's
don't know.
100 So it's 50 zeros and 50 ones.
No.
Okay.
No.
The number
We don't
100 in
know.
binary is 11000100.
Boo.
Why? I don't understand. If
Because of math.
0-1 is 2 and 0-1-0, like you explained, is 3 or something.
I don't really want to
like
get
that.
hung up.
See, it's one of those
principle.
math things that just it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
not
yeah.
really.
It,
Sure, if David explained it well, I'd be able to get it.
that is true. If I explained it well, but I did not. So
If Dave knew anything about binary,
Yeah.
Okay,
He totally
couple-
just did
couple
copy
more.
this quiz from the internet like a Michael.
this president of the United States This was the president of the United States 100 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed.
Oh shoot! I should be able to get this.
I feel like all eyes are on Landon for this one.
was it Abraham Lincoln?
No,
No, he was like
he was a general.
I'm
after.
gonna Ulysses S. Grant.
It's Ulysses S. Grant.
Dang it!
The guy on the 50.
so close.
No, this is not a 50 quiz. This is a 100.
I thought the 50 was Andrew Jackson.
No,
That's the
Andrew
20.
20.
Okay,
that's
this was
10.
multiple choice, but this is the date on which the 100th day of a non-leap year falls. Is it April 10th, April 11th, April 12th, or April 13th?
10th.
31, 30, 30. No, wait, 31, 28.
September 17th.
What were the options again?
10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
April 13th.
12th. I'm doing
13th.
10th.
April 10th.
12th.
12th.
Colby
10th.
with the
10th.
perfect brain. It is correct. It's April 10th. That's
What
the
about me?
100th
I said
day.
10.
Oh, well,
I said
you
10 too.
answered after Colby, so...
No, I didn't.
So you get half.
Yeah.
It was the same time.
No, I
I'm
answered
pretty
very,
sure
very
Colby
fast.
was
'Cause-
way first.
Because I'm way
Y'all
smarter than
suck.
everybody else in
Okay,
the room.
Mick
It's
might
very
be
simple.
Mick might be the only one that gets this one. We just have a few more questions. This is a ball-shaped
Okay, good.
Pokemon holding the number 1 in the Pokedex.
We get what generation
looks-
of Pokemon?
It's the first generation. It's number 100. It looks a lot like a ball, a lot like a
Dude.
Pokeball.
Electrode.
It's the one that looks like a
The one
Pokeball.
before Electrode.
Squirtle.
Electro.
No, it's
Pikachu.
it's the smaller Electrode.
Charmander.
It is an electric Pokemon.
Electric Ball Man. Why do you
Okay.
think I would know this? I don't know Pokemon.
Okay, it is Voltorb.
Gyarados.
Which is the
Voltorb.
one that evolves.
That's
into
what I
Electrode.
meant to
So
say.
Are
Colby,
you sure
Colby
Voltorb
gets
is number 1?
That's a point for
100.
100. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I was thinking of the starters. I'm like, Charmander, Squirtle. What's the other one?
Okay, this. I also would do multiple choice. This is the only NBA player to ever have scored 100 points or more in a game in an
Probably
NBA
Kevin
game.
Durant.
Voltorb.
Hold on.
LeBron
Can we get
James.
Does anyone know
Can we
this
get-
without multiple choice?
LeBron James?
I will know as soon as I hear his name.
LeBron James.
Multiple choice.
No,
LeBron.
it's not LeBron
Okay,
James.
Wilt Chamberlain,
Kevin LeBron.
Kareem
Kevin
Abdul-Jabbar,
Garnett.
Bill Russell, or George Micah.
Will Chamberlain.
LeBron James.
Kareem.
I'm going to go with Colby's answer. You sound very confident.
It is Wilt Chamberlain. In 1962, he scored over 100 points playing as the
Only
in the
important
Philadelphia
players
Warriors
make
against the
multiple choice.
Philadelphia Knicks. The final score in the game was 169 to 147
That's pretty low.
in a basketball game.
Gosh, dang it.
It'd be more impressive if that was a different sport, though. That's a
Okay.
baseball game.
Like water
last
polo.
one,
football game.
last one here. This is a history one. The 100 Years' War was fought over the control of this country's throne.
France.
Just give me a minute. 100 years before. I'm gonna say England.
Oh, I was going to go with Great Britain, but now that Landon said Great Britain, I'm going to go with,
You saying that because you
Rome.
think he's wrong?
yeah, Rome.
Rome.
I'm gonna go with Greece.
I said France.
Michael is correct. It is France. It was England
Y'all
and
are
France
stupid.
that were fighting. They fought. It was over 100 years, 116 years over the French throne, and the French prevailed and essentially
Congrats to the French.
had their independence. So,
Isn't that like the only war they've ever won?
Pretty sure.
so I have these.
Well, if you count the French Revolution.
These last few, which are about days. So 100 days ago was February 12th, 2021, which seems really close, but also seems really far away. February 12th is when there was
That was
that
like
really,
100 days ago.
It was that really deadly pileup in Texas that had 133 cars. With
Are
the
we
freezing
predicting what
the
tragedy is
freezing
going to be in
roads.
100 days?
Oh gosh, no! But you guys saw the videos from that, right? Like how horrific it looked.
Yeah.
I did not.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't because I
was-
didn't want
it
to
was-
like see people die.
I mean,
I'd rather live a life of fantasy than like expose myself to
it was
reality.
it was like
horrific.
brutal and horrific. But the Houston Texans on that day agreed to release this player at his request. Who was that?
J.J. Watt.
It was J.J. Watt.
It was J.J. Watt.
Is he on a team now, or is
Arizona.
Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, 100 months ago.
Go Cards.
That was 8 years, 3 months, and 27 days. So January
Unfair
23rd,
question. Colby
wasn't alive.
2013. On that day,
Wait, January what?
January 23rd of 2013. On that day, U.S. Armed Forces overturned a 1994 ban on women serving in combat, so they couldn't, but now they could after that. On this day, the number 2 song on the Billboard Top 100 that week, which ended as the number 1 song for the year, includes these lyrics. I'm going to read these lyrics, and then after I'm done, let
I'm
me
definitely gonna
finish.
get this.
Let me finish, and then you guys can guess. So, what you know about rocking a wolf on your noggin? What you know about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that plaid button-up shirt.
Oh, I know what it is.
What song was this?
That's a thrift
Thrift
store or a thrift shop.
I'm Macklemore.
Yeah.
It was Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, people always forget Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, I always forget Ryan.
Spokane native.
Yeah, we tried
exactly.
to. Okay, 100 years
Is that
ago.
the one? Is that the show where did they film the music video here?
Different
downtown.
different-
Yeah, Northwest Chris.
No. Next question.
100 years ago. Do you guys know 100 years ago? Can you guess?
Unfair question to Colby.
2019.
Will already got it wrong.
1921.
2021.
I'll give you a hint. It's
My brain
today's date
died.
and 100 years previous.
But what would that be?
Yeah, what is
May
it?
23rd, 1921.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I got it.
This was the boring the fact I found for this day. That was Noble Sissel and Eubal Blake's musical Shuffle Along premieres on Broadway at Daly's 63rd Street Theater, New York City. So that was 100 years ago today. You know, that classic Shuffle Along that we all know
still
and
do
love.
today.
Yep.
It's
I totally know what you're talking about.
In 1921, there were 48 states in the Union. Alaska and Hawaii, they had yet to join, and actually they wouldn't join for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
At this point, what was the newest state at the time?
Oh,
Washington.
Anyone else?
No.
give me a sec. I'm gonna say Idaho.
I was also going to say Idaho, actually.
But Landon said Idaho, so now you
So I'm going to
can't.
go with Oregon.
Okay. Mick?
Washington.
Montana.
Oh, none of you are correct. It is Arizona.
Arizona.
Which joined the Union
Yeah.
on February 14th of 1912. Okay.
How did we miss that?
Last,
So obvious.
last question. 100 episodes ago, so episode number 1 of our reboot, we recorded on March 30th of 2019. On this day, InfoWars' Alex Jones claims a, quote, psychosis, unquote, caused him to question Sandy Hook massacre, where he had asserted that the Sandy Hook parents were lying about what happened to their children. In a 3-hour disposition, Jones said, quote, "And I, myself, have almost had like a form of psychosis back in the past, where I basically thought everything was staged, even though I'm now learning a lot of times things aren't staged," unquote. I loved that quote. I thought that was so funny.
Revolutionary to how we live
please
life
don't,
today.
Please don't take all my money.
That was 100 episodes ago. Who was on episode number 1 of Hotkeys?
It was
Mick.
So in 2019.
This is the redo. This is the redux. So it was March 30th
the
of 2019.
redo. Okay, so this is Landon, Mick,
Jesse Ben.
Jesse, Ben.
I'm gonna say Landon, Mick, Ben. It's 3.
You guys are close. It was Mick, it was Landon, and it was Jesse. Ben was not there. He showed up a little bit later. But do you guys want to guess who hosted that episode?
It was Jesse.
Yeah, it was Jesse.
It was Landon Browning. Host of official
I don't
episode
host.
number
The
1.
last time he hosted 100 episodes ago.
That must be why it was so unmemorable.
No, I listened to some of it actually this morning, and Landon was really good. I like when Landon hosts. I wish he enjoyed it more because I think he does a good job.
I do. I don't. It's not for me.
No, but we're saying
What do you
it is
mean
for
it's
you.
not for me?
But some of the things talked on the episode, which as you can see, carry on. We talked about, or actually you guys did because I wasn't there, but you talked about BioShock, PlayStation
were
Trophy
invited.
Grind, mouse and keyboard versus controller, From Software games, Suicide Squad, Christopher Nolan movies, horror films, Mad Men, and March Madness. So as you can see, we've really grown in the
Talk
discussions.
about March Madness.
Yeah.
We've really
feel like-
grown in the discussions we talk about on the show since
Was that just
episode.
you talking about March Madness?
It must have been.
I can't imagine Jesse and I talking about basketball.
It was Landon talking into the ether, and people were like,
Ah, yes.
yeah, listening. But that was our official episode number 1, but we actually started recording in 2015,
15.
December 10th, 2015, which on that episode was David, Landon, Jesse, and Ben, and then Mick joined.
And that was
the next
100
week.
years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, 2015. But we've been doing the show, I mean, consistently for the last over 2 years now, releasing episodes, and then we started even before that, where we recorded like 30 to 40 episodes that we've released. Some of them backlog, but most of them are buried under my
Brand
hard drive that I'll use as like
Backups.
like
Blackmail.
blackmail
Whoa, whoa,
fuel
whoa.
Okay.
someday.
I have a trivia question of my own.
I regret nothing.
Where do you
Where is
leave
the hard
your
drive?
hard drive? Okay, so some topics. I wanted to talk a little bit about the show since we're kind of celebrating 100 episodes.
Dave, this is our 100th episode.
Yeah, it's our 100th episode. Isn't that exciting?
You know what? I just want to say it's been a great 100 episodes with you guys.
Oh,
And I hope there's 100 more.
Oh, there's gonna be 300.
And I regret
No,
to
not that
inform
many.
you
No, whoa, whoa,
this
not that
will
many.
be my last episode.
This will be carry on without me, gentlemen.
what?
Well, I mean,
toast.
I think of it kind of funny because like I listen to podcasts regularly, and I feel like 100 episodes is actually really cool for something to get to. And I think being a part of something like that, I would hope you guys would see it as somewhat of an accomplishment that we have done this for so long and have consistently released this show.
Can you see the joy on all of our faces?
I do. I see the
it's
joy
really
on
cool.
Colby's face. I see the joy on Landon's face. But this is something we wanted to start a long time ago, and we eventually got into it. And I've really enjoyed doing the podcast with you guys. I don't know about you guys, but it's something
I mean, for the most part, it's okay.
I mean, it's all right.
Is this a sappy episode, Dave? Come on.
yeah, it's
He's
like
gonna cry first.
I mean, it's been kind of
me.
cool. I mean, essentially, like I've been doing this show my entire adult life, actually.
Cool, bro. Why don't you just brag about it real quick?
No, I'm just saying, like it's been there, kind of like along the like when we started doing it was like the tail end of
Wow,
like,
he was bragging about it.
yeah, because you were like
high school and
you were like
college,
17
like-
or 18 or something, right?
So that was the start of the show, and it's just kind of it's been something consistent in my life. And
So how have you
gosh,
changed
guys? I
since then,
just
Landon?
love it.
How about throw him a tissue?
Well, see, and so we can talk. Some of us can talk about like when we initially started, but for Colby and Will, who didn't start until later, we can
weren't
talk about that
born
too. But
yet.
I wanted to say, or wanted to ask,
That's not
how
a joke. I'm not part of that joke.
how do you
now.
think how do you think you guys
Welcome
have
to the 100th
grown?
episode.
How do you think you guys have grown as individuals since
Oh, gosh.
episode 1, or what have
Physically.
you learned since then?
Like about the podcast, or just like in life?
Just either or podcast
some life
or
lessons.
life.
Let's see. 2015. I learned that I was disappointed with most of the sequel trilogy for Star Wars.
I typed that in my notes. That's one of the things I put. I put not all Star Wars movies are good movies.
Because I think one of our first episodes was talking about The Force Awakens,
Yes.
and I still really like that movie. I think it's a solid movie. The next two didn't really do anything for me.
Buns.
So that's one thing I definitely learned going through the show. Because the last movie came out in 2019, so that was a big span
There was
of our episodes.
4 years, right? Or 3 years?
2015, 2017,
2017,
and 2019.
Oh, so technically 5 years, right?
I mean, technically.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all pretty bad in my books. 3 of them. Pretty bad movies.
I learned, and people have told me this before, so it wasn't like something that I was like completely unaware of, but it's something I've been wanting to work on. I laugh too much at my own jokes.
Wait,
and what?
We've
yeah.
never noticed that.
What?
What?
Shut up, Colby.
You laughed? You laughed too much at your own jokes?
I laugh too much at my own jokes, and it's something I want to do less of.
You tell jokes?
Gosh dang it.
I think actually, but hey, Dave, quite honestly, I think laughing at your own joke just makes it funnier for not only you who's telling it, but like the people around.
Well,
I actually find it to be funnier.
It just depends. If you're laughing before you finish the joke, that's bad.
well, what if the
It's
joke is so
great.
good? I think
What
some
if
of it.
laughing is the punchline?
I think some of it is because my next thing I wrote out was insecure about what I'm saying / isn't interesting to other people listening. And so I wonder too if it's
geez.
like if it's rooted in insecurity about what I say, because it's like, well, at least I laughed at the joke. I think sometimes too, and I know Landon can maybe relate, but it's easy to laugh at things that are uncomfortable. So, and that's typically my response. So if I'm laughing, it doesn't necessarily mean it's something funny, but it might be something uncomfortable. And I love to laugh at uncomfortable
Your
things
jokes
because
are uncomfortable.
sometimes
I can actually relate to that also.
It's my
I
reaction
hate being
to
uncomfortable.
Agree.
But enough about me. What have you guys learned about yourself?
that I'm worthless.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I also learned that about Landon.
Yeah, we all
No.
learned that
That's
same
the next
lesson.
question. The
That's
next
weird.
question is how we've grown as a group.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I mean, Colby and I went through school together.
Yeah, we went through
graduated.
it like a huge period of time where like Mick and I became really, really close. and now we hate each other again.
Was it because you were so close for so long?
Yeah, it's because Mick knew exactly how to make me uncomfortable.
Because we weren't
Only
close
laugh
enough.
so much.
Hey,
To be
you guys
fair-
are going to the
Colby
To be fair,
is, yeah, to be fair, Colby is way too easy to make uncomfortable. Like, to a point that something's not right
it's
there.
laughable. It's laughable.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
guys think it's like super funny. I don't.
I know
Well,
that's
that's
what's
the
weird
point.
about it. Like,
I don't.
Like some things I feel like you just shouldn't do or say in public.
Like what?
Like the inside jokes we have that are really stupid and
Like
can
what?
easily be judged and made fun of.
Like what?
like me going like like
Yeah,
at the,
so
at the dinner table.
So like yesterday,
You and I screamed in a bathroom yesterday.
yeah,
but nobody else. That's a closed environment.
What
you guys were in the bathroom together just
That's not
screaming?
closed
There's
environment.
4 walls, a ceiling.
Yeah, it's a
floor.
really weird inside joke Colby and I have. We just go in a public restroom and just scream together.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't understand.
You had to be there.
I feel like it's very selective.
I mean, we won't just pick any bathroom.
Right.
Well, no, I'm very
It's to be an occupied bathroom.
it's a very selective
Handicapped stalls
process
only.
of what makes Colby uncomfortable is it's not very. It seems random sometimes.
That is, yeah.
Whatever makes me uncomfortable.
That doesn't help anybody outside of you.
Colby's not really interested in helping other people.
I'm also not very fond of sharing my weaknesses, which is what makes me uncomfortable.
Wait,
Then you
but
guys
that's a
will use it
weakness,
against
right?
me.
Is not sharing your weaknesses. So isn't that a sense you sharing a weakness?
Oh my gosh, no.
We broke him. We
got
broke him,
him.
boys.
We
We got
got
him.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Paradox, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay, well, I mean, if there was not a lot of individual growth, then how have we grown as a
Well-
group or like a show over the last
Mick and I got closer.
100 episodes?
Yeah, Colby and I got close.
I feel like actually we're all a lot closer. Think about it's been
Yeah.
Thanks, Will. It's been years, right? Even for Will and I who joined late. It's been a couple years.
For sure.
And I think us 5 are probably closer now than ever before,
Yeah. I would
on
say
and
that.
off.
I've been much closer to Michael in the past.
Let's not exclude the like. Let's okay.
wise or or distance wise or like emotionally, spiritually.
Probably like all of the above.
Let's.
You guys notice how much Dave laughed at his own joke?
I know, right?
Wow, he's right.
Just make him uncomfortable with what he said.
Who said it was
Now
a
that he
joke?
pointed it out.
Because you
laughed at
Well,
it.
okay. I will say that I am a lot closer to Landon and Colby and Michael and David, all both individually and as a group. So I will echo what Colby said.
Go ahead and echo me.
Yeah.
Echo me.
Echo.
Let's
Echo.
go.
Echo.
Okay, you guys go in the bathroom. Landon and I will stay here and have a regular podcast conversation.
Well, you guys scream.
So, the Snyder Cut. I mean, like, come on.
I think I'm closer to, I would say, Colby and Dave especially, just because of like Colby. I'm just saying I'm not. I'm just saying specific. Like I work with Colby
Yeah,
like a
screw you.
lot.
We do work together.
You know, I
So-
thought we
so
had
Col-
something special. Landon.
so Colby, calls me 24 times a day. So I'm talking to him,
Oh, well, let's not make me feel bad for not knowing anything.
and then I don't know.
as you can see, we've all had a lot more beef with each other because we're also.
I was going to say, I
closer.
think we are actually funnier than when we started out, and I think we're better at being more honest and open sometimes.
Yeah,
On the show.
I would agree.
On the show
We're all
and
part of
off
an
the
honest
show.
gang.
Yeah.
Are we funny?
I've definitely shared some of my deepest
Not all
and
of us.
darkest
Secrets.
secrets with people on the show. Not a lot of it on the air.
I remember you yelled at me when you were drunk once.
I yelled at you. Drunk?
Well, almost.
You were drunk.
on the show, or
Not on the show. Not on the show. On PlayStation.
I don't remember this.
This
Oh no, I do. No, I do.
Yeah, you do.
this could have been years ago. This could have been hours.
So that's when Will accused me of being a certain way.
I did not accuse you of
Okay,
being.
you
a
have to be
certain way.
specific because otherwise, like,
Whoa,
people are going to be like,
podcast.
"What does
Yeah,
that
that's
mean?"
Sounding really bad.
I think Will accused me of being misogynistic. I think.
Oh, I was
think
there
so,
for
yeah.
that.
And I
That was,
said,
that was
no,
hilarious.
I mean, you
as a
are.
bystander.
No, not Hotkeys, Landon.
It mostly just
Wait,
boiled
what?
down to.
Hey, I just
most
said I thought
what-
we were better at being honest and open, Landon. Why are you undercutting my
No,
point
I'm
I was
just
trying to make?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It mostly boiled down to huge miscommunication. So that's kind of what.
That's
it was.
normally what happens with
Yeah.
us. Is just serious miscommunication.
That's just like a normal
that's what
human
makes-
thing.
Oh, let's
though.
just resolve
Right.
everything.
And
you know?
that's what makes it easy to like confront.
It's proven that we are human.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely scientific, Michael.
No one,
You guys
no one
later.
loves women more than me.
Full stop.
Huh.
I guess
Awkward
getting into like
silences have decreased.
I typed that out too. I said awkward silences don't have as much or don't as much downtime.
Can we finally tell the audience that all of our episodes are completely scripted, and it takes us like a whole week to rehearse and to memorize
reading off of,
lines?
like, a
no, we
board
don't
right
have.
now.
We don't have.
No, we don't.
This is
No
all.
teleprompt?
This is all memorized.
Yeah, and we also do it
Really?
in one cut.
Is that what we do?
I think
guess
so.
Memorize it.
Yeah.
Good job.
You don't memorize your lines?
I tried. Line.
Occasionally, we'll allow some improvisation, but we try to keep strict to the script.
Yeah, it's worth noting we do it all in one cut.
We don't even know who writes our scripts.
So
we just
sometimes-
get them in the mail.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a whole day to record an episode because we'll mess up like 45 minutes in and have to start over. So, yeah.
Yeah.
See, dang it.
Okay, so this is kind of off topic, but like
Me.
seeing when John Oliver does his clips, there will be like long portions of time, sometimes like minutes and minutes, that it's just him reading, and I don't think I could do that consistently like he does to the point where I'm not tripping over my lines. Because some of his stuff, like he'll have like the picture off to his right side, and it doesn't cut away from him, so it'll be like long extended periods where he's like just in the zone. I don't think I could do that. It would take me way too many takes, or I would just like mess up. I don't know. I'm not a showman, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of my favorite episodes are ones where we don't even like come up with a lot of topics to talk about. I like when we just kind of freestyle. I think
Yeah.
it's fun. I think it's fun to just do. Yeah, I think we're funnier when it's all improv.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah, I would say so. I think the vibes are there.
Well, it's because
Quote,
like
unquote,
I feel like we're all being
vibes.
ourselves, right? Instead of just being under the thumb of Dave.
See, I like.
Whoa.
Some of Dave just
Oh.
Let's move on to the next like carefully selected question here.
Dave, you are the only blurred thing in your camera right now.
Your
Oh,
fridge
sorry.
is so clear.
Everything behind you is crisp.
Oh, so gross.
the focus off.
Nice place, Dave.
You look like you're in witness protection.
Moving on.
Blink twice. if
What's
you
been
do
more
that.
difficult than expected about doing a podcast?
Definitely the schedule. Keeping trying to be consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty consistent with doing weekends, but even then, it's like
It's hard.
there's a lot of hours in a weekend.
Yeah.
Trying to.
We are all
Also,
so
everybody's
busy.
schedule is like very
Yeah.
like week to week.
There's some days where it's like, oh, I have to spend time with my family today.
And I will say
have
this is
do
the first time in quite a while that we've all been here, except for Dave, in person together. So
Yeah.
Dave just ruins it.
we've
We should all
that's been a struggle for me, is not being in the same room with you guys. So
Yeah.
it's nice to be back in person.
we're
agree.
back and better than ever.
I agree.
Yeah. I think once I get like my house when I'm living there, I'm going to get a room dedicated, get a little bit nicer table, nicer chairs.
Thank you.
Not that this table hasn't been rock solid.
Make
for
sure there's
2
no
years,
weird
but
lip on your table.
Yeah, it's kind of got a weird like.
It's going to be like a wooden table, like a solid.
It
Like,
has
Like
to
a
be
coffee
extra
table?
sturdy so Colby can't spill anything.
yeah.
Moments before we gave the intro to this episode, I put my water on the table and I just dump it all over Mick's phone, Mick's lap, Mick's brand new soundboard.
$8,000 soundboard.
Yeah. It was honestly hilarious. I was really scared.
Dave was literally counting down to start the episode. He was 3, 2, and then spill,
The splash.
giant spill all over Michael and the soundboard. Not the
I'm
soundboard,
actually
the phone.
right now.
Really? Wow, you drive fast.
It's because it's like 1,000 degrees in here.
Colby went on to blame Landon's table, so that's why, a
And
new
I
table.
mean, the cup.
Yeah.
In Colby's defense, you should not put a glass on this table. It's very squishy.
Yeah.
Wait, how's that in
Except
Colby's
if it's these
defense?
sturdy.
Especially a tall glass.
Isn't that
sturdy
not in his
glasses,
defense?
Well, no. Glasses go on tables. Okay. So when there's a table presented to me, I'm going to rest my glass of water on there.
Like really haphazardly?
Consequently, Landon's poor table spilled my water glass all over Mick.
So you're removing like.
I'm taking no
He's removing
responsibility.
responsibility from himself and applying it to the table and the glass.
You know what? As expected. Let's just move on.
I too, like the first thing I thought of was scheduling. In the past we've had like consistent days and times where we've done the podcast, which always makes everything go much more smoothly because then we can plan things around the podcast. We have not done that in like months, which makes it really hard to consistently get together. So hopefully that's something we can nail down, because when we record consistently, we can release episodes consistently too. So hopefully that'll be
First, I
something
mean, we have to count on you to edit them on time.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but we have to have something to edit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense, Dave.
I was gonna say technology. Like when I started joining remotely, since I'm not in Washington, it took us a while figuring out audio, how to get connected. So that's kind of always been a thorn in our side. But if today's
little did we know
episode-
that it's always on your side.
Always.
That's the problem.
yeah, always
Never on our side.
Yeah, it's the issue's always over here.
I'm glad you finally admitted it. The 100th episode.
Yeah,
Dave
you know,
comes
it's
clean.
Yeah, any issues you hear with the show, it's always 100% David's fault. No, we'll blame Jesse. Yeah. Jesse was on episode 1 and he's not on episode 100, so clearly it was Jesse's fault.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
There's a reason why he's in here.
Jesse, if you're listening, I want
love Jesse.
apology.
We love Jesse.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, no, we do.
We
love
really
Jesse.
love Jesse.
We love him so much.
Yeah.
I like Jesse. I had a
Okay.
dream. I had a dream last night that he died in a car crash. And I was like horrified. I was like literally crying in the dream,
hell,
and I
Dave?
was like I could not believe that. Well, I mean, I guess Brandon's been on the show too, but both of them were in the car and they both died. Brandon and Jesse.
Oh my God. No,
And Dave's just sitting there laughing at his own joke.
No, I was so sad. I was crying that they died.
Was
I was
Jordan
like, I
driving?
can't. Like, I didn't even get to say goodbye and everything. It's like, man. So the next topic we're gonna get to is like speculation on death. So, what do you guys?
Has anyone had a premonition lately?
I had a dream that
Now they're-
Colby and Oliver
they
died
could be wrong.
like a week ago.
Lord. Wait.
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate or like do you mourn?
You celebrate like
Well,
the fact
Colby
that
and Oliver,
you're
that's
right.
a tough one. If they die at the same time, I mean, that's like a 50-50. Like, I mean, like, you know, we're going to have a party.
Celebrate
for
one, and cry for the other.
Go for another. So I'll leave it up to you guys.
What? That's unfair.
Cry for me. Cry for me.
What's been something that was easier than expected for doing a podcast? I mean, because when we started doing it, you know, like we were completely new to doing shows. So what's something that you thought was maybe going to be more difficult that you actually
Landing jokes.
thought was pretty
You know,
easy?
just I hit banger after banger. I never miss a joke.
Wow.
Me personally, I've always felt a struggle with just talking, and the thought of talking for over an hour about just random stuff always before starting a podcast seemed kind of intimidating. But once you start doing it, especially with people that you're good friends with and you know a lot about, it's pretty easy.
That's also what I found is that I was surprised when I first came on the show how easily I was able to talk and kind of spit out words sometimes. But certain topics kind of make me a little more nervous to spit out words
like
faster.
what topics? So Israel and Palestine.
Sensitive.
Go.
No, I agree with them. So we
Israel? Palestine.
no, I agree with what they're talking.
Colby can't even
them?
say
Which
Israel and Palestine.
Dude, I know how to read now.
I mean, Landon and I have even done episodes where it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And-
we go for like an hour or more.
Yeah. And I hate Landon.
yeah, those ones are hard to listen to.
Landon didn't say that we were closer, so now we're farther away.
Put Landon
that's how
and
it
Nick
works,
on
right?
the list.
This,
I think it's a lot easier, like Will said, than I expected to talk. We usually talk in PlayStation parties, and most of the time, though, just consume. Oh gosh, that just consists
Was
of
talking super easy. Me.
that just consists of like inside jokes
For me.
or something that like an outsider wouldn't understand, like somebody just listening in on the conversation. So like talking about topics that other people can relate to is actually a lot easier than I thought.
when we
I will
first
say,
started,
though-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I will say though that trying not to rattle off like an inside joke and not explain it is really hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's like a fastball, 90-mile-per-hour fastball right down the center. Like you just want to hit that home run on that.
But that's
on
why
that
I'm
inside
here
joke.
to annoyingly remind you that no one knows what you're talking about when you do that.
Yes, exactly.
And you do a great
Thanks,
job.
Dave.
Well, in when we started in 2015, that was like one of the things we had an issue with was like expecting to be talking about something that people who don't know us might be listening, and that was kind of a weird thing to try to get used to. That
Yeah, whether it's naming somebody or talking about something that we did last night.
Yeah.
Out of context. Does Landon still say like a lot?
we all do, but it's a hard thing to break. So
Like
I say
how
it more
much?
than I say it more than I want to. When I go back through and edit episodes, every time I hear it, I'm thinking, gosh, I
don't you
I
just-
said it again.
Why don't you just use your editing powers of God and just remove all the likes?
That would
you're
be
a valley
hard
girl.
because sometimes they're so transitive in where they are
the
inside
valley
it
girl.
inside a sentence that it's hard to remove them because they're so built into the way we speak. And sometimes
What do
we
you
don't
like
even
mean?
hear him. What?
What do you like mean?
Gosh dang it.
No.
Like
Likes and ums. I mean, if people are listening to the show, they probably think these are people who maybe didn't take as many public speaking courses or debate
As
or
they
something
should
like
have.
that as they should have, but
Yeah.
that's okay. We're not
Didn't
professionals.
Will, you did debating, right?
Yeah, I did DECA. So
I said
it's
as
just
much.
basically
I said as much.
What is
See?
DECA?
I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically just a business class and business competition. So you go to these competitions and you either present or you talk about certain issues that are important to the business world and how to solve them. And judges grade you on your performance, and you can go to state and nationals, which is kind of cool.
It was so cool, in fact, that I decided not to do it and instead take an extra course of PE.
The older I've gotten, the more I've enjoyed stuff like that. I wish it's something I would have done when I was younger because
Extra period of PE.
debate, because the skills that teach you how to think critically and work in arguments and how to talk to people are very important skills.
When are you going to
so
start
much of
applying
life.
those skills to yourself?
I don't know. Someday.
I
try to use
I
them
was
here
in
on the
a
show.
I was in a public speaking club for a little bit.
Club?
Hey.
Yeah, it was a club.
Freaking nerd.
Hey, and Landon
And,
was the
and
one who
You
hosted
have any
episode
good
number one.
stories?
What?
You have any good stories from that?
Well, the first day of the club, we voted in, treasurer and president. We voted in a kid with a crippling stutter to be the president of the club. So,
Public
Over you?
yeah, he beat me out. by
Who
one
was the
vote.
deciding vote?
My older sister voted for.
Because we totally haven't heard this story before. Totally. Not.
It's one of my favorites. You could tell how much
It
Landon
makes
just
my
hung on
blood
to it.
boil. It
How many years ago was this?
was a long time.
It was
ago.
100 years ago.
It was like over a decade ago, I think. At this
Wow.
point.
If Landon had been the president of
long
that
time
club, how would that have changed his
My
trajectory?
life.
Landon,
What would have
probably a
happened?
president.
Like every day, every week, we'd meet for the club meeting, and like the president would get up to do like the opening 2-minute, like things, and it would take like 15 minutes to get through. You just sit there. Just
That's so.
That's actually really sad.
That's really, really sad. I don't know why I'm laughing right now. I'm sorry.
Right now, I'm thinking, is there a way to cut this, or do I just leave it in?
I
probably should cut it. You should probably cut it. You should cut it.
Nah, this is
think,
right.
like,
This is episode number 100, baby.
I
Hotkeys
think
raw.
the best part about that story is that like more people thought he would do a better job than Landon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably true though, right? Is that true or?
I don't think so.
There's actually there's a comedian. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, Drew Lynch. He has a stutter and he's like really funny.
Yeah.
You should check out his stuff.
Yeah, this guy wasn't funny.
So is Jimmy from South Park.
People who stutter's only worth is humor. Don't have that. Right, is that what you're saying, Landon?
Yeah, Jimmy from South Park is one of your favorite characters in the show. Is there a reason? Is that part of the reason, or is there some underlying?
I think it has to somewhat probably do with that.
Oh no! Oh, goodness.
Probably a little bit.
Who would
I'm gonna
be
get canceled.
Who would be Jimmy in our friend group, or who do you think we would be as South Park characters?
You mean who is the
Why are you
funniest?
talking
that
about
just
this like
everyone
we
loves?
haven't talked about this previously, Colby? We all know that Dave made a list.
I'm trying to do my
We
first
talked
ever
about this
transition.
before.
Does Dave have the list with him?
No,
Dave has
it's
said-
it's a work in progress.
Colby's trying to steal Dave's topic.
No. I'm just doing my own transition.
It's
Are you proud of me, Dave? That way in the that way in the next 100th, like the 200th episode, Dave can be like, 100 episodes ago, Colby did this for the first time.
It's gonna take Dave 100 episodes to make the list.
No. See, it's just, we're just looking back from episode 200 to episode 100, and we talk about the things
Remember
Colby
when Landon
did.
got
Colby's
canceled for
first
talking about
transition.
someone with a stutter?
Colby's last episode of the Hotkeys Podcast.
Whoa.
No, if we make it to 200, Colby, you can host
If?
200.
I don't actually want to host.
No, it's
No,
decided.
you have to.
You have to.
That's not decided.
No,
that
it's-
is decided.
You haven't
on the
hosted
fine
an episode,
print.
have you?
No.
That piece of paper that
You can't
signed,
make me.
The
on
rest of
fine
us
print.
have. The rest of us
Okay,
have.
I
think.
quit.
Whoa, okay, whoa.
If you quit, we get to kill you. That's on the fine print.
I quit.
Well, I guess
If
kind
you
of.
quit, we don't get to kill you.
Where would you guys like to see the show go? Like, what do you want the future of?
I think we should do some
Hotkeys to look like?
video
Yeah,
podcasts.
Video podcasts.
We have a YouTube channel.
I mean, we do.
Oh,
The
I
YouTube
think a
channel
YouTube
is
channel
to
would be
release
fun.
the thing, but we could also release
I think we should.
videos.
I think we should host one episode a month that is just based on controversial topics. Not like huge mainstream ones, but like just small opinionated.
What's the
topics.
better part of an Oreo? The white stuff or
The cream or the cookie?
that
I
is
think
worded better.
Apartheid. Should South Africa have gotten rid of it? Yes or no?
I think we should release like a YouTube channel with like actual videos rather than just recording our voies and
Dude,
release
you're
it.
literally just stealing my
Isn't that what they just said?
That's a good
this
idea,
is
Will.
The original idea.
You guys suck.
Like smaller topics, like maybe it's like, oh, Dave and Will are gonna talk for 15 minutes about this thing.
Yeah, or something.
I have
something like that.
logos for things like that to release things. So, I mean,
How far ahead are you?
we're
Looking into the future and
3 hours ahead.
making logos for things that we're
well. I mean,
thinking
it's the
about
same
in
logo,
future.
just with different pictures. Because when we release backlog episodes, it's the blue HK and the regulars are red. But I have like other
And these ones are
colors
green?
for other things. We used one of them once for something else, but.
Are they green?
Let me see if there's a green one. No. There's a blue one, an orange one, a purple one, a red one, and a yellow one.
Oh, the purple one sounds epic.
Purple is for
Dude,
offbeat episodes.
You know what we
So,
should do once? We should
What should we
record
do,
one
Will?
of our playlists that we do on
That would be
Grand Theft
a
Auto 5.
terrible idea.
That's a great
That would be
idea.
so bad.
You know what?
I think we should do that.
I think we should do it too.
I think we shouldn't tell
I
everybody
have-
that's doing it. though.
I think it should be
It's getting recorded.
Some of the ideas might be okay. Some of them, I don't know.
I do have a.
I guess it just has to be us five. Though.
I do have a capture card,
Ooh,
so I could capture
uh,
all gameplay and I can edit it down too.
Don't capture me.
I would be interested in doing a bonus episode once a month and like
Yeah,
doing
we
a specific
we still
movie
need to do
review.
that. I'm sorry that we
Yeah.
haven't done that yet because you have mentioned that on the show
Apology considered.
about doing that. It was not to you.
Still being considered.
Are you Landon's decider?
Yeah.
You
I'm
look over at
Landon's
Landon?
I'm his manager.
No, that
Landon
I
formally accepts the apology.
I do
We
wish.
named the series. Colby gets to watch basic films and be like, all right, we're gonna watch Toy Story this week. And be like, Colby, this is your first time seeing.
We should
Toy
probably
Story.
start with the Dark Knight.
No.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
No. On record, I have seen every movie they've named so far. Okay, I have seen
Lawrence of
Howard-
Arabia.
Batman Begins.
Yes,
the
What
Godfather.
about the Dark Knight?
yes.
What about the Dark Knight
I have not
Rises?
seen the Godfather.
What about the
Yes.
Dark Knight Returns?
I don't think
Yeah,
Landon
I've
has
seen
seen The
any of these.
Godfather either.
Not a real movie.
You need to see
It
that.
is a real movie.
Yeah, it is a real
seen it.
movie.
What movie?
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I didn't I watch that with you?
Yeah.
What about the Dark Knight?
I already said
What
yes.
about the Dark Knight Rises?
I already said yes.
What about Batman Begins?
I
What
already
about
said
the
yes.
Dark Knight Returns?
I have
What about
said
Dark
no.
Knight Rises?
Colby has not seen or The Dark Knight or Batman Begins.
You know who Batman is?
What about Man of Steel?
No, I have not seen Man of Steel.
What about Batman vs Superman?
Okay.
What about?
Let's just rapid fire
Justice League?
questions to me. Go.
What color are my eyes?
You can only kill. You can
that
kill one
that
of us.
really was
Go.
my last question. Like,
Who do you
where
pick?
where do you guys want to see the show go?
To the moon. To the moon.
I
baby.
think we probably will hopefully get back into
Hotkeys in space.
recording more in person. This is something that you guys,
The Star Trek.
Michael in particular, has
man.
had big issue with not recording in person. It cuts into his motivation to want to do the show. And I think Colby's kind of the same way. One of the
Yes.
I actually have liked doing remotely because I've been able to be a part of the show. Which
How else
I
are you
like.
going to do it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's
I
a fair
wasn't doing it
question.
before that.
It's technically always remote with you.
Yeah.
Dave going to fly in every
which is
weekend?
why when we all were doing remote, it was nice because we all had to do that. So it
So if it
made
sucks
easier.
for one, it has to
No,
suck for all of us.
I
is
meant,
that what you're saying?
No, I meant
Wow.
it made
He's
it
like,
more.
if it's hard for me, it's hard for
No,
all
it
of
made
you.
it more-
Communist propaganda.
It
right
made
there.
it more normal, so we got used to it. But I'm saying, I think you guys, I'm assuming, will probably get back more into recording in person because I think that's always helped discussions better when you're in person. It's easier when you're right there.
It
looking
always
at
helps to
people's
know
eyes
that you
and-
could punch the other person in the face. You know?
Yeah.
That is what makes me most frustrated about being here is my lack of being able to punch Will.
I thought you were gonna say me. I'm so relieved.
Why am I punchable?
I mean, look at you.
It's Bully Will Day.
just look.
You're a tall freak.
Whoa.
You look like an angry bird. I said that yesterday at lunch. We went out to Texas Roadhouse, and Will was making this face at me, and I don't remember why.
Probably because he heard a weird weird noise from the bathroom.
Yeah, probably. And he was just looking at me, and so I just told him he looked like an angry bird.
It made me a little sad. I don't want to look like an angry bird.
Well, it's too late, dude.
Well, comb your
I
hair.
guess I already.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god,
Dude. This is Will's last episode.
You know what,
on
Will?
his own terms.
You know what, Will? It's better than looking like one of the fat green pigs.
Oh,
That's not true.
Mick, you're not green.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Oh, thanks.
How was Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse was delicious. Mick, this was your first time there.
Well, it was my first time at the Spokane location.
Is that the one where you have the peanuts and you just throw them on the ground?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they were
yeah.
also
COVID.
too.
Yeah, COVID ruined
I
it.
took a bite of my steak and I threw it on the ground. And everyone looked at me weird. Like, isn't that what we do here? You take a bite of your food, you throw it on the ground.
Their rolls are super good.
And then they bring out a saddle.
good.
I love Texas Roadhouse rolls.
So how does it fit in on the tier list of sit down restaurants? Is it
We're bringing the
at
tier list
the
back?
top?
don't
No.
don't you
Big
think
boys?
there.
I mean, Golden
With the
Crow
big
will
boys?
always be at the top.
I thought about Golden Crow
Are
as
you
I
serious?
drove home. Like,
Dude, I love Golden Crow.
It was
Disgusting.
I don't care what any of you say.
It's
Golden
so
Crow is
sick.
amazing.
I
Especially, they had a remodel, and it's a lot nicer.
Is it though?
I don't know
remodel, so I'd assume
if I'm like an elitist or something, but a lot of sit down places I don't like Red Lobster or Olive Garden or Applebee's.
those are both yummy.
Those kind of
Those are all,
places.
like,
I just
those are all.
That's like at the bottom of the food chain. For like,
Red Lobster and
Outback
Olive Garden are
Steakhouse,
not at the
like
bottom
those
of
kind
the
of
They're all
restaurants.
chains. You don't like chains.
I don't.
Red
Yeah, I don't really.
Lobster.
I don't know if that's elitist of me or what, but I tend not to go to them because I'd rather go somewhere else.
to a local.
Like where?
I like going to local places. I think they're more fun because
Like where?
there's always the chance to go to a chain place no matter where I go. But if I am, visiting somewhere or even living here, if I like to go to places that are more local, it just feels like I'm getting something
I
different
can
that I
agree
wouldn't
with
be able to
that,
get
yeah.
otherwhere.
because
Otherwise,
who knows?
Where are we going after this podcast?
We are going to
Buffalo
Wild Wings.
a Spokane.
A local
that
business
small
that is just
hole in the wall
struggling.
joint, Buffalo
I
Wild
would
Wings.
totally be down to go somewhere else. So it's just like a local place.
Wings, dude. Wings are too good.
We haven't been to Buffalo Wild Wings in a long time.
I'd
It's
also
been a
go to
while.
Flamin' Joe's. I don't know. That's a local place
Been a
around here, isn't
minute?
it?
I mean, yeah, but it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
all right.
Let's go back to Texas Roadhouse for a minute
Dude,
because
No, I
I need
can't.
a break
Like
from
thinking of steak right now makes me want to puke.
well,
What happened to you guys? What did you guys do? What was so wrong with Texas Roadhouse?
we ate
so much.
We ate, Dave. We ate
So-
I
food.
probably ate the least amount of calories that day, and it was pushing 2,500
Also-
meal,
at that single meal.
I had at least 5,000 calories.
I would
Yeah.
assume
Oh.
the same.
I kind of felt like a hero to the friend group.
Really?
I did. So
You did?
I did.
Did you
you
stick your
feel like
finger
one,
down
or
their
are you
throats so
actually
that they
one?
could vomit? Is that what you did for them?
Hero!
No, I being the
Think,
trendsetter that
Landon.
I am. So I order one of my sides. I get the loaded.
Oh,
applesauce.
please. Oh, please, no.
Will did not get the loaded applesauce because he's a coward.
I'm not
He's
a coward.
What's loaded
So-
about it?
The applesauce.
So good.
So
There's applesauce.
there's
to
toasted
start-
marshmallows
start.
and
There's
caramel sauce,
caramel sauce.
Toasted
Dave?
and
marshmallows?
it's so.
And there's toasted marshmallows.
It's too sweet. Too sweet.
You didn't.
No, it's
you can't say it's too
delicious.
sweet.
It's
You didn't have it, Will.
I just I'd be down for regular applesauce.
Then order it.
No, because
Will's
I gotta
eyes
see the
got
salad.
diabetes as he looked at the applesauce, the loaded applesauce.
Basically, I saw like Oliver pull up like this marshmallow with caramel attached to it, and at the very end, applesauce dripping off of it.
That's what makes
so
it
good.
so yummy.
Does that not sound appealing, dude?
It does. It's too sweet. It's like having a candy pizza. It's just gross. There's
I
too much.
guess
How is that
I'd,
gross?
I'd have to see it, but I tend to like simple applesauce. I'm a simple
So-
applesauce.
not
kind of
after you
guy.
see this one.
Yeah, no, after
I mean, I would have to see it. I don't want to judge.
First, Dave.
Yeah, when
First,
you visit to Spokane, you can totally go to Texas Roadhouse with us.
I used to only order
'Cause it's
the
not a
regular
chain.
applesauce because the loaded applesauce is not on the menu.
It's not.
It's not.
That's
It's a secret
That's why
item.
the server said to Colby, "You've been here before,
Yeah, because
haven't you?"
I ordered the loaded, and he goes, "Oh, somebody's been here before." And then everybody else's eyes lit up. And they're like, oh, I'll take the loaded applesauce.
Yeah.
Landon went back and changed his order because he ordered before me.
Landon had to like take the low road and change his order.
I don't think there's anything embarrassing already changing your order.
Actually,
It was so embarrassing. Oh my God.
I think he made the right
so
call.
Terrible.
I just couldn't, I had to leave for a little
So
bit.
this is a Hotkeys
Almost
exclusive
threw up
tip.
looking at you afterwards.
When you go to Texas Roadhouse, order the loaded applesauce, and it's basically like a dessert, but you've already paid for it.
Yeah, it made me laugh that he came by after we were done eating. He's like, all right, who wants dessert? And none of us wanted dessert. And he's like, yeah, we don't really sell dessert here. No,
I mean, I didn't
hardly
even
anyone
get my
buys
plate
dessert.
Like I was gonna vomit.
Dude, it was so much food. It was good. It was really good. But it was like, I mean, I remember looking at you, Landon, and just looking at our plates being like, how are we going to eat all of this?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, we didn't eat all of it.
Usually all over like.
I finished it.
I got like a second margarita, like a huge blended margarita, like a second one, because I was like hyped up on like how good the first one was, and then it came out like, and then like the first one like filled me up, and then I was like, oh no, and then I still had all my food to eat.
You made the mistake.
Well, it's also so we also had deep fried pickles, which were amazing.
Then the rolls, dude.
And then it's so easy to fill up on bread.
Yeah.
And I think
Bread
that's the mistake is just
That's their secret.
diving into the rolls before your food.
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty sure Satan invented bread. Like
No.
it fills you
I
up.
think God
Wasn't
had
it
the
humans that
ingredients and then
invented
human
no God
People
made the
put
bread
it-
tree.
They
I'm
left
joking.
dough
I
out too
actually
long.
think that he-
Yeast in the air got in it.
That's
and
not
it
funny,
started
Will.
to-
I'm sorry. Okay, I
heretic.
can't joke about any religion. It's not-
heresy.
Dave's new trivia question: who invented bread?
God,
or Satan.
Dude, could you imagine a bread tree?
oh dude,
Oh, that would be gross because it would rain.
oh.
Oh, Mick's getting
Never
sick.
mind.
Wet bread.
That'd be the stop it. That'd be the
Soggy
grossest.
bread.
What if it rains milk too?
Last
So you
trivia
have-
question: how many episodes has Mick gagged on when we mentioned wet bread?
Might
You know
be
when
in-
you get the warm rain too, like the warm milk.
Oh, that hot summer rain.
There was a hot summer rain here today. I went out for a walk for like 45 minutes, and
Yeah?
I
Tell me
came
about
back in, and I was
Wet?
drenched. So I
And
went
Soggy.
straight to the
I
shower.
like soggy.
Stop it.
Better word.
Soggy Dave walks in, but he's still a
Soggy
little
Dave.
sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
Soggy, sweaty Dave.
Nice.
gross.
Some of my favorite descriptions.
Yummy, yummy.
Did you guys decide where you're going
Soggy,
to eat though,
sweaty, moist.
after this? Because you guys are going to go.
We're going to beat. We're going to beat.
You're going to go out to
Beat us.
eat, and Colby, do you want to say what you're going to do?
So the Washington Capitals.
Go
game.
Bruins.
Okay, Lance. So
Thank you for
here's
listening to
something
this
that
week's
really-
episode of the Hotkeys Podcast.
Here's something that really bothers me. Landon. Okay,
Here, here.
Landon.
I feel like I've grown farther apart from Landon throughout the last 6 years.
Landon just like knows how to push my buttons, and he does it for no reason other than for his own.
So there's
stupid
reasons.
Laugh. You can hear it. You can hear it right now in the background.
Colby, can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Do you find a common theme here? Because it's not just Landon that does that.
yeah. I think the common theme is
All my friends are bad.
mean to me.
All my friends are meanie heads.
What's that Simpsons meme? It's not I am that I'm. It's not that I am wrong. It's the children that are wrong, or something like that.
I've never seen this.
It's the children. It must be the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, we're gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch Game 5 of the Capitals Bruins series.
Wow. Game 5.
Hockey.
Who's up?
Game 5. Will is just saying that to be mean to me.
I'm
a
going to guess
Capitals
it's
fan.
the Bruins.
Bruins are up 3-1. This is an elimination game.
Oh.
I actually didn't know that.
Does the game start in 6 minutes?
It does start in 6 minutes.
Dude, we're going to be late.
No, well, I made the executive decision that the show comes first.
oh my God.
So if we show up a little late,
Can
it's
we
no big
release our group chat? Like,
Yeah, we will be posting the transcript of the last 4 hours of our chat to the website. So please check
To
that.
audience.
Please check that, and then you'll see how wrong Colby actually is.
team player Colby.
No one's ever called you a team player.
I mean,
I hate Sundays.
Yeah.
Sundays do suck.
I mean, they are pretty bad.
We can end though, so that you guys can make it to your food and
Thanks, Dave.
and hockey game. But
Drink.
anyway,
thanks so much.
anything else you guys want to talk about before we finish up our episode 100?
I just wanted to say thank you guys for this awesome podcast.
Dave, what's your most embarrassing story?
Oh my God.
I just cut Will off.
Yeah. Sure.
Will has prepared the speech for 100 episodes. Immediately gets cut off by Colby. So, Dave, what's most embarrassing?
Oh, wow.
A girl I liked when I was like 9 years old. Her sister stole her diary and gave it to me so that I could read it. And then I went to her house and apologized, crying.
I remember that.
I was like 9 years old.
Horrifying.
You little wood.
I think that would be the answer to your question. Oh, and Will has set down his headphones and mic, and he is out of here.
He's walking away.
No, but
Someone can't stand being interrupted.
I would like to echo Will's sentiments, though, that he was.
What did Will say? If we didn't hear what Will said.
Well, Will was.
Everyone, shut up. Will's talking.
Will's back.
He never finished talking. He never finished.
Please give us your heart.
Listen to
I just wanted to say that I hate you all.
Oh, I'll be interrupting again. It's bad. This is going bad.
I'm kind of down with this speech.
And I wanted you to know that this was the worst part of my life every single week. No, but on a serious note.
Dave just snort?
No.
They thought that was really funny.
I'm not a green pig.
Yeah.
Thank you all for having me on this show and doing this with me, because it's been such a blast every week, and I'd love to be a part of it. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will. You and then everyone else here. It's always been a highlight to do the show every week or every other week whenever we get together. So, it is one of my favorite parts of the week, and I really enjoy that. I hope everyone else does too. I know Will does.
I do enjoy being on the show. You guys have excluded me for so long. Finally, I was going to be part of something.
Well, you had to be 18 to be on.
Stop, man.
And this is the part of the show when, if you really, if the listeners really love hearing us and we love doing this so much, we could, use your support more than ever now. Please try to check out our Patreon.
OnlyFans. I mean,
if we
have
get
a
to 10,000
Kickstarter.
subscribers,
It's going up right after the end of this show.
There's lots of crying.
Oh, yeah.
We all lost our jobs. So.
Yeah, we really need this. If you want to keep the lights on, consider supporting at the $20 and above a month level.
Yeah,
we will accept nothing less than $20 a month.
Yeah,
be our executive backer, our executive.
$20 a month gets you the episode.
Get some
2 days early.
You also get to play PlayStation with us.
Yeah, and we get to berate you
when you're really bad at the game.
Yeah. If you're better than us, we won't invite you back.
Oh, man, this guy's really good. We are really bad at video games.
Yeah,
we're not good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm about to beat Dark Souls. I have one boss left, so
I mean, the game's been out for like a decade, so
I only just started it. Okay,
that was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you for listening to this 100th episode with Hotkeys Podcast. We hope you listen to our next 100 as well. We'll see. In 2 years or so, and then we'll have our 200th extravaganza with Colby hosting.
Whoa!
If he's still alive,
yeah, that's
you better start writing the script now,
I'm not
Colby.
Killed.
So, thank you for listening. We will be back next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye everyone.
Go Bruins.
No, go Caps. Go Caps.
I just want to say you guys are part of the Biggie Boys.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys Podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.